There's been quite a few changes to the ally system since our last allies video. Let's talk about it. Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. So let us take a look at some of the changes that were made to the allies system. The first change I guess we could look at is our friend Cyborg over here. So basically, since the very first video I made, they made quite a few changes. They added the legendary alliances to the Cyborg vendor. Originally, you could only purchase the legendary alliances from the marketplace. Now you can purchase it from Cyborg, although it is 35 source marks for each legendary alliances, and you need like 140 something. So you'll have to spend, let's say, a few thousand source marks in order to be able to get all the legendary alliances you'll need. Also, they've added the legendary allies to the Cyborg vendor. So you can see, and just lately they've added the Batman Who Laughs. I did not purchase it just yet. So we have our friend Batman Who Laughs, Emperor Aquaman, Flashpoint Batman, and Queen Diana. So these are the legendary allies, and now they've been added to the Cyborg vendor. But if you purchase them from Cyborg, you purchase them only for one character. We'll take a look at the marketplace in just a minute. And of course, there's our friend Cyborg, Flash, Professor Zoom, Calculator, the House of Legend bots, and Oracle. So these are all the legends we have access to right now. Actually, my pants are on fire. There's one more also. We'll take a look at her in just a minute. So if we go to the marketplace, to the allies tab, so here you can see you can purchase some ally favor, and you can purchase the legendary allies. But they cost 25 bucks, 22.50 if you are subscribers. As a subscriber, you can 10% off. But if you purchase those allies on the marketplace, the one distinction is that you can unlock them, you can redeem them for every single characters in your account. It used to be that you had to purchase the allies for each individual character, which was quite steep. It basically was 25 bucks for each character that you wanted to purchase an ally for. No more. Now, once you purchase the ally, you can redeem it for every single characters in your account. And here we have our friend the Flash at 450, Cyborg, Zoom, and our friend Queen Diana for 25 bucks because she's a legendary ally. And there's some more ally favors. So here you can purchase the Rare Alliance, the Epic Alliance, or the Legendary Alliance. Originally, again, you could only purchase the Legendary Alliance from the marketplace. Now you can purchase it from our friend Cyborg. And also sometimes it does drop in the game. And also you can get them from Time Capsule as well. So your choice at this point is either you are going to spend literally thousands of source marks to purchase all the stuff you need from Cyborg to upgrade your allies, or you are going to spend, I think, since you just did the math, it was roughly 200 bucks if you decide to pay to upgrade your allies. So we are going to purchase our friend the Batman Who Laughs right now. So let us do that. So let's go to confirm. And there we go. So now we have to go to the redeem claim. So you can see I have all the allies here. And here we have the Batman Who Laughs. So let us claim it right now. So once you claim it, you go to your inventory and then you can consume it. So basically its compatibility, you root and damage enemies around him before retreating in a fan of cards. I did show that. I made a video about the Batman Who Laughs. I'll try to make a video about each of the allies eventually, but I already made a video about the Batman Who Laughs not too long ago. If you want to see him in action, I'll put the link to that video in the description down below. So the abilities are the passive ability, Luck of the Draw. Basically is going to select an ability at random. And depending on the ability, it will give us either L for power or power origination or something like that. And there's the Toxic and Core ability, which basically uses a bomb when you use a finisher ability. So let us consume our little Batman Who Laughs. And since we bought the Batman Who Laughs on the marketplace, we can now redeem it for every single characters in our account. So let us consume it one more time. Let us equip it. Let's summon it because why not? So we have our friend Batman Who Laughs. Holy crap, is he tall. So again, since I bought it on the marketplace, I can redeem it for every single characters on my account. Let's summon his friend the Joker so that it doesn't feel too lonely. There's also an ally that's been added some time ago, Nubia. So you get the Nubia ally when you open 25 Wondrous Time Capsule. But what if you want to have Nubia on multiple characters? Don't worry, you don't have to open 25 Time Capsule for each character. All you have to do is go to your feats, go to your general feats, and here you can see the feat open 25 Wondrous Time Capsule. Just purchase the feat for 3 replay badges. And then you'll see the little gift appear over here. So you go up into your grants and rewards, open granted item menu, and there you have your friend Nubia. So let us claim her, and let us consume her. And there you go, you have Nubia for your character. I'll mess with someone here. So once you open 25 time capsule with one character, then just unlock the feat for your other characters, and you can have the Nubia ally if you want to. Another change they made is that they showed us exactly what happens when we upgrade our ally. So they show us a better description of what the ability does, but also what happens when we upgrade our ally to rank 3, to rank 4, all the way to, in this case, rank 10. Previously, some people thought that all they really had to do is that, let's say they wanted only the support ability, the first support ability, all they had to do was to upgrade the ally to rank 4, and that was it. And not really. At rank 4, you get the minimum of the ability, and the more you upgrade the ally, the stronger the ability will get. So at rank 4, you get the minimum of the ability, but you have to upgrade it to rank 10 in order to get the full ability. If we take a quick look at all the allies, some of the other changes also that happened is that for the Soul Detective ability, it used to be that it increased your defense when you're a solo, and they made a change to that. It does increase your defense when you're solo, it still increases your defense when you're in a group. I guess they realized that if they made some abilities useless, people will not purchase the allies, so they had to tweak some of those abilities. So basically, once we upgrade our friend Batman to rank 10, when you play solo, you will get 15% more defense, and when you play with a group, you will get 4.9% more defense. And the combat trigger is 10% of max health restored. Basically, in order to be able to trigger the ability, you have to use your weapon buff. So it's an ability that's useful only if you play as a DPS, and only if you play using your weapons, and if you use your weapon buff. So whenever you use your weapon buff, you get 10% of your max health, but there's a 12-second cooldown to the ability, so you only get that every 12 seconds. If we take a look at our friend Zoom, basically it increased the non-combat movement speed. A lot of people were wondering how much exactly does it increase the speed. It increases it by 20% once you upgrade your character to rank 8. So if you only unlock the ability, it will barely increase your movement. You have to increase to upgrade your character to rank 8 in order to be able to get 20% speed increase. For the House of Legend bot, it gets power back from stunning enemy NPCs. So you basically get 15% power restoration. For Oracle, it slowly repairs your gear over time. Once you upgrade her to rank 5, it gives you 15 durability points every 5 seconds. Doesn't look like much, but if you have Oracle, you'll never need to repair ever again. And for our friend Cyborg, you get a bonus to your passive regeneration ability. You have to keep your generator mods above 50%. With our friend Cyborg, you have to keep your generator cells above 50%. What does that mean exactly? So you can see your little generator in our layer. So you can see the power level of the cells. You have to keep those above 50% to get the bonus from our friend Cyborg. So if you keep your cells above 50%, your recovery rate will be 30 power once you upgrade your friend Cyborg to rank 8. 30 power may seem like a lot, but by the time you get almost 175,000 power, it's not all that much. And our friend Aquaman. So his first passive ability will reduce the combat's ally cooldown rate, although it will depend also on which supercharge you use. By the time we reach rank 10, the cooldown reduction will be 5 seconds, 7.5 seconds, and 15 seconds. The normal cooldown of the allies is 90 seconds, so if you reduce 15 seconds out of that, it doesn't really matter. It used to be a good ability, and it's an ability that was linked to the supercharge. Basically, in order to be able to use the ability, you had to be able to use your supercharge. So there was a bit of a condition to using the ability. Sadly, on test, some people decided it was a bit too powerful, so they nerfed it way into the ground. So you still have to use a supercharge to activate the ability, and even then, the maximum reduction you will get is 15 seconds. It's they made it pretty much useless at that point. And there's the other ability, Hear My Call. Basically, your pets will get a bonus if you get damaged. Which sadly, if you play pretty much as anything other than a tank, you will actively try to stay out of harm's way. So they pretty much made the ability useless for everyone but tanks. It's sad, but what can you do? So at the most, once you reach rank 10, your pets will get 10% more damage, but you have to take damage in order for them to do that. And for our friend the Flash, the ability is Walk It Off. I'm sure you guys have noticed, when you get into combat, your character gets slowed down, and then it takes a while after combat for your character to get back to his normal speed. Normally, the time it takes for you to go back from combat to normal speed is 4 seconds. But if you upgrade our friend Flash to rank 8, you will get 1.5 seconds reduction. I'm not sure we would really use that, 1.5 seconds, but what can you do? So for our friend Flashpoint. So for our friend Batman Who Laughs, basically you can see the luck of the draw, 20 seconds duration. Depending on which random ability you get, it could be 10% max health, 35 power regeneration, 7.5% critical chance, 5% to all stats, or 2.5 precisions. And the Toxic Encore below 45% health, 7% defense debuff. So basically you cast a debuff on enemies when you use a finisher. And for Calculator, so basically our friend Calculator, when you get damaged, there's a percentage of your max health that is healed every several seconds. So once you upgrade Calculator to rank 5, you'll get 10% of max health every 20 seconds. So Nubia has two passive ability. The first one, when you do a successful counter, heal for a percentage of max health, heal again for a percentage of health for self and teammates. That's a pretty powerful ability because it does heal not just yourself, but your whole team. But it is conditional to doing a successful counter. But the other one is a bit better, I think. Every several seconds, you gain a percentage of might and precision for you and your teammates. And if we go down the ability tree, and for the healing ability, it's a 4% heal self and 4% heal self plus team. So it's 2% might, 4% precision for 10 seconds, and there's a 20 seconds cooldown. So the really good thing for Nubia is that it will be good for you and your whole team. And last but not least, our friend Queen Diana. And for our friend Diana, unlike the other allies, she doesn't attack in combat. What she does is that she taunts the enemies, and then she will do damage to them, and she will knock them down. So the enemies that attack them, let's take a look at the abilities down there. So at rank 10, she will do 245% extra damage, 20% knockdown chances. And for our other abilities, our first pass is that successfully pulling enemies decreases their attack damage by percentage. So basically, when you pull an enemy, you will debuff that enemy a little bit. You will give it a damage debuff, and it will be at rank 10. It will be a 10% enemy damage decrease. And the other one is upon successful breakout, you receive extra might per nearby group members. So again, once you reach rank 10, it will be a 1.2% might per nearby group members. But if you play in a raid with 7 other members, then it could be like as much as 8.4%. But it is conditional to you breaking out, which is something that happens quite a lot in most battle. But yeah, if you don't break out, you don't get the ability. So for the allies, I could easily see some tanks use Flashpoint Batman for the extra defense. The heal with the weapon buff, it's conditional to being a DPS that uses weapon buff. For the speed increase from zoom, it's a nice quality of life thing, but in combat it's useless. For the also legend bot, it's an ally that you need only to raise to rank 5. So it's easy enough to raise him to rank 5. I guess that's one of the issues with the allies is that there's no clear progressions. In order to be able to upgrade your legendary allies, it will take a lot of resources in order to be able to do that. As opposed to you can upgrade the legend bot very easily to rank 5. So you would think that obviously the rank 5 allies would be the weakest, rank 8 would be a bit better, and rank 10 allies would be by far the much better ones. Not really. Um, Obsidian Chill did the math about the combat damage. In combat, it seems Cyborg is pretty much the better option. And when it comes to fortifying the allies, like in order to be able to reach rank 9, we will need 204,000 ally favor to take our friend Flashpoint Batman to rank 9. And it'll take even more for rank 10. Not to mention all the rare alliances, all the epic alliances, and all the legendary alliances you'll need to upgrade him. So you will need a lot of resources for an ally that's not that much better than, let's say, Cyborg. By comparison, our friend Zoom needed 7,600 ally favor in order to be able to reach rank 8. So even less than half what Flashpoint Batman requires for rank 9. And for the House of Legend bot, 8,500 ally favor. Let me repeat that just in case it's not clear. 8,500 ally favor. So you need 10 times as much ally favor for Zoom, and 25 times as much for Flashpoint Batman. So the amount of resources needed for a 5-star ally versus an 8-star ally and versus a 10-star ally is huge. Again, you would think that there would be a clear progression, but not really. So for our friend Flashpoint Batman, if you're a tank, yeah, I could see the increased defense being useful. And if you're a DPS that uses your weapon buff, yeah, the supportability could be a nice little boost to heal yourself. For Zoom, the ability to go a bit faster outside of combat, it's convenient. It's a nice quality of life thing, but pointless in combat and in most missions. The House of Legend bot is actually not bad in combat. I'm not sure about the stunning ability. I tried using him and not using him, and I have to admit, I couldn't tell the difference. For the Oracle bot, she does a good job repairing your gear, but in my opinion, that is pointless. There's no shortage of repair bot everywhere. You don't really need her to be able to repair your gear. And at some point, the cash you need to repair your gear is not really an issue, so I wouldn't use her. For Cyborg, it's pretty much one of the better options to do damage in combat. And for our friend Aquaman, the supercharge ability is pretty much pointless. Already the ability was linked to having to use a supercharge. But now, even if you use the maximum of the ability and you use a 10,000 supercharge, you'll save 15 seconds on your cooldown. It's pretty much pointless. And for the summon pet ability, if you play as a tank, I could see that being useful. If not, it becomes pretty pointless as well. For the Flash, his ability is completely pointless. It's quality of life thing, so I could see maybe some people liking that ability, but in my opinion, it's pointless. In battle, he's doing not too bad, but for his support ability, I don't think I would ever use it. For our friend Batman Who Laughs, already we see a lot of people using the Luck of the Draw ability. If you see someone and you see a card appear above that person, and I don't mean the card accessory, in battle he seems to be doing okay. I would have to try it out a bit more, but it's a good option for battle. It's a good option for the Luck of the Draw. The Toxic Encore, I'm not too sure about that. It's conditional to using a finisher move. So if you play DPS and use a finisher move, yeah, maybe, but then again, I would probably use the Luck of the Draw instead. For from Calculator Bot, he does a bit of damage over time. It's one of those that I see used quite a bit. Although it is the one legend you get for free if you are an evil villain, so that might be why. And the support ability, yeah, it's nice to be able to heal himself a bit more, but I guess I would use other allies instead. For Nubia, her combat ability could be annoying in certain conditions. In our case, both her support abilities could be useful. I could easily see a tank use the first support ability and then doing the various counters. For Queen Diana, her combat ability is a bit challenging to use, and there's a lot of situations where that ability is useless. But if you have a lot of ads and you need to give a break to your tank for a few seconds, yeah, I could see that ability being used. For the pull ability, it's a bit iffy. Odds are it probably works only on ads anyway, and debuffing ads, I'm not sure I would waste my time doing that. But our support ability to break out, yeah, I could see that being a bit useful. And the bigger the group, the bigger the boost you'll get from breaking out. So it is nice that we can redeem the allies on every single characters on our account if we buy them from the marketplace. Sadly, we still have to upgrade them. We still have to rank them up, and that is very challenging, especially for legendary allies. So far, I haven't raised a single legendary ally to rank 10 just yet. It takes way too many resources. It'll take a while before I do that. Obviously, if you're willing to spend to purchase a lot of ally favors and a lot of alliances, then yeah, you could level them up faster. But already just upgrading one legendary ally is challenging. I imagine trying to upgrade 3 legendary ally for your character, and even more, imagine trying to do that for multiple characters. So odds are a lot of those allies will be used for roleplay purposes. Like I can already see people having their friend Beast Boy team up with Cyborg. Could have Robin teaming up with the Batman. Yeah, it's the wrong Batman, but it's the one we have right now. Although when it comes to Batman, we do have the Batman from the Gotham City starter set, which is pretty much, I guess, the precursor to the Allies. It kind of works a bit like the Allies, where you summon Batman for a very brief moment. Although in this case, it's once every 10 minutes, but you don't have to upgrade him. And on the villain side, the Sim Trinket will summon the Joker. Although now we have the Batman Who Laughs. So we have, I guess, 2 Joker type character for our Harley Quinn character. So there's quite a few changes that have been made to the Allies vendor, but also on the marketplace, and for the Ally system in general. I strongly suspect that the reason why they made all those changes to the allies is that people were probably not buying them very much. So they had to, at the very least, make some adjustments. Originally, they pretty much went all in, especially expecting us to purchase allies, 25 bucks each, and to do that for every single characters on our account. Obviously, it was a bad idea, but they quickly came to realize that, so they did make the adjustment. As you saw, now we can redeem the allies for every single characters on our account when we purchase them from the marketplace. It's a small step, I guess, in the right direction. I assume they are still going to try to tweak the allies a bit, because I have to admit, in game, I don't see that many people actually using the allies. I was almost under the impression that the people were not using the allies, so I decided to have a little poll not too long ago asking you guys, do you use the DCUO allies? Basically, I had a few options. So I had yes, I use the allies. That option was voted 54%. I have yes, but only buy them from Cyborg. These are 13%. Yes, only for cosplay to play with my favorite DC character. These are only 3%. And no, but I might use them in the future with different allies, 9%. And there's 20% of people who flat out said no. So roughly in a nutshell, there's a 1/3 of the player base that do not use the allies right now, which is not a small number, I would say. Obviously, it's there's still 50% of the player base who use the allies without any condition, 54% actually, but 1/3 of the player base that does not use the allies at all. That is quite telling. So odds are that is why they made all those changes. There's still probably a lot of people who either do not use the allies at all or who refuse to pay a single cent to use the allies. Are they still going to be making more changes with the allies? At this point, it's hard to tell. I guess we'll find out sooner or later. I thought they would release a new ally for Christmas, and they still might. There's still a few weeks before Christmas is really here. But we just got the Batman Who Laughs, so I would be a bit surprised if they actually did that. But for January, I'm pretty sure we will get some new allies in January, especially for the anniversary event. There's no way they're not going to give us some new allies for the 11th anniversary of DCUO. Obviously, the allies that everyone will probably want to have is the Batman or Superman. Sadly, I believe we're gonna have to wait quite a long time before we actually do get those allies. And my guess is they're going to give us, like they gave us Flashpoint Batman, they gave us the Batman Who Laughs. I wouldn't be surprised if they give us Red Sun Batman and a whole bunch of other Batman before they actually give us the classic Batman. Oh, and even then, if they decide to give us Batman, which version will it be? Will it be the new 52 version? Will it be the classic version from the 80s? Will it be the Batman from the Christopher Nolan movies? We don't know at this point. I guess we're going to have to wait and see for that. And the same for Superman. Are we going to be able to get the actual Superman as an ally? Or will it be Red Sun Superman? Seeing the allies we got so far, I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a Superman ally, if it'll be a Valzad Superman or Superman like Flashpoint Superman. We don't really know at this point. So hopefully they will keep on working on the ally system. Hopefully they will keep on improving the ally system. As I upgrade my allies, I will try to make a video showing off each ally individually. But before I can do that, I'm gonna have to start upgrading them. Although right now I have Zoom that's fully upgraded, and I have the also Legend bot, so I guess I could start with those. I guess we'll have to wait and see.